Correct? And then, ang point ng bid is, follow mo sa mandate niya, sir.
Malinaw naman ko ninyo ba, isn't that fair?
If that's the thing, wala representation student council, ExeCom, hindi na mo paminawon.
I get that, but the point is, you cannot separate lagi administrative policies from the student policies. And na in your job, if na-adjust your representation,
not all administrative, to be frank, no? Not all administrative policies apply to students, my staff.
I agree, but there are
Be very careful with the distinction.
I agree, sir, because I know, because Yvick mentioned that there are things that when he attends the executive committee na diligent siya na vote, but there are also some, as you mentioned, na na-adjust inclusion ang mga students. So,
pero mo lagi na, i-discuss na siya sa ExeCom, sa past ExeCom, but that shouldn't even have been discussed there.
Or, sir, let's put it this way.
Dili na mo role sa ExeCom. Gina-practice natin sa una.
So let's put it this way: most, if not all, of student issues come from administrative policies.
Huh?
Most, if not all, student issues raised by students come from administrative policies.
Oh, but not all administrative policies are directed to you.
Yeah, but that's something to look at. That's something to note, that the fact that most, if not all, student issues are sourced from administrative gikan sa mga administrative policies, meaning that is where we're coming from in the formulation.
Then that is the province of the Student Affairs and the Cadet Secretary's office. All policies, administrative policies, are already in place, applied to you. No? Like how many units must you have? If you are a freshman and sophomore, so it is administratively dictated. But the course itself is academic. No? Pila ka units is administrative. So, mo na ilang tanahon. So that is the distinction. Kana siya, office of the College Secretary's office. Mo sila yung tanaw nga, oh, the student is under load or overload. Inga na sa ng faculty, mga overload, underload, chair of College Secretary's office yung tanaw. Administrative policies na sila that relate to academic issues.
I think based on your experience, not all ExeCom meetings na kay concern, di ba? Very few naman.
Yeah, but
maybe based also on your experience during your time as member of the ExeCom, you have noticed na kung may ibang concerns, special concerns, pwede na nyo i-upload sa agenda and then raise in the ExeCom. Maybe in that case lang, not all the time, na required mo, or you can channel your concerns sa OSA and the coordinator of the OSA will air out your concerns.
Okay, una means kay kanang that's true nga dili kayo actually most of the time kay gamay majority of the time I'm sitting in the ExeCom dili kayo concern sa student na erase, but the thing is you mentioned it Magud, the clincher is there on what you said. I was able to raise an agenda for the students. Come on that time we're on a specific committee, not necessarily the ExeCom. If maabot na siya nga point ganyan nga committee nga we discuss on the issues that ngayon kanang klase. Unsa man ang mistake when the student be able to have somebody there who can raise the agenda again or
just the person who approves the agenda of any committee, no, as long as it's headed by the dean or the chancellor, it's the chancellor.
But
you can present, and then the point that you might raise might be rejected or not.
Sir, kuan siguro no.
Hindi na kayo yung agenda natin okay, it's all accepted. In the past, we were doing that. Okay, ako mismo, the ExeCom was not really performing according to its kitaray lahi.
Sir, what is the role of the student council in the University of the Philippines?
It's ikaw akong umutan, no?
Or say,
to govern the
how much
students.
do you consider us?
We consider you as responsible persons. No? So we do not consider you as something else. No? That's why you are self-governing. We do not interfere. Diba? We simply set the rules. Ayaw mo pag-post dire, no? Di mo ganyan patuo sa akin. But do we, ayaw mo pagsuwat diri sa floor, no? Nakagyapon mo. So, we set those rules. We expect the student council to help us. Whether the student council helps us or not, we don't really get so happy about that because we do not demand that the student council help us. Diba? Did we ever say, you help us in this? No. Bisag inig-election ninyo, ultimo na lang di mo tanaw kay base na electioneering or something. So, di na lang mo tanaw sa unsa na kuan. Ipaagi pa gyud na committees, no? Para na transparency. So we do not interfere in your affairs. You are allowed to grow on an environment that is free, no? Never good na had I interfered, except in setting the rules. Na kanang ganing rules, these are very ayaw diri mo pagsuwat, no? We spend a lot of money for that. Kay nanay magsuwat, di man ma-erase, tintalan na lang. Sa una nangayimit tabang tabangi mi nga malimpyo ang mga CR tanan. Amot ko ngayon nanginaw, but I heard na nanay reklamo nga the administration was closing the doors. Of course, I was sympathetic to the students. No? Sirahan ang portahan diha sa admin. Sa kay ang rason di ay vandalize na itong we were also not saying nga mga estudyante to, but it could have been outsiders, but anyone man good can enter UP. So kana man good, this is the first example lang. This is the first time na nindot ang mga CR sa UP niya. Huwag gani abot ko sa katuig. Hundaw na siya ba? So, mga nga na we wanted a joint cooperation, but that did not work.
Sir, di ba na ano self-governing ang student council? Yes. Pero ano i-under man mo siya sa office of the student?
Wala ko ningon nga under mo. You have to, the office, I did not say, no, the office of student affairs is there for you.
Question, sir.
Yes.
Do you recognize, sir, do you recognize that there are administrative policies that will affect the students? Yes, sir. Do you agree nga there's nothing wrong kung butang tag-student rep sa ExeCom committee, sir?
Yes.
Yes. And we're in the process of autonomy. We are on the process. As what you said, not a student rep. And if mabutang tag-student rep, kay i-base mo sa manual sa kanang gilingan, miningon mo nga, it takes a process. More, nanong process mo man siya, kay nanong one question.
Well, you have to check your syllogisms, no? You are writing at a point.
Sige, sir.
I'm just citing that. The process is very relative, no? Pananglitan. So do not generalize it. Parihara na sila process. The process to become an autonomous college, did we know it at the start? Watakibawan na. Because the person who said that tagana to chance ang Cebu, nasa iyahang pangunahon nga, I don't want to wreck the whole University of the Philippines in the Visayas. And even if I say that UP Cebu will become autonomous, it will not do good to UP Cebu kay maanad na sila, sigurado na ng autonomy. So what they did was, they said, improve this, improve that, do this, do that. And there's such a time that we were doing that, we passed the test, that was the process that we went through. Wala hiningon nga, 2 years from now, mag-autonomous ka. In fact, the faculty were asking that. No? So, usa na siya sa mga proseso.
Sir,
Ganun siya, na siya managerial prerogative diya because the president could have said, okay, UP Cebu, starting tomorrow, you will undergo the process of becoming an autonomous campus. That's one method. The other method would be, what do you have? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are these things? Mahit na siya ng process. Ang head of office gagawin mo PDM.
Sir, I think what Kirby tried to deliver, I hope I understood it well. First is you recognize the fact that administrative